Hi, I'm Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic. And you're here with me. I usually meditate before the show, but today I did a different kind of meditation, which I'm sure a lot of the women out there can relate to, and men, which is I went to Sephora. So I went to do that trance you go into when you're in Sephora, you just kind of get sucked into this fantasy world. And, I walk in thinking I'm going to look like Rihanna. And then I put on red eyeshadow and green lipstick, and I walk out looking like Rihanna's crazy great aunt, but that's okay. I don't know about you, but for me, it always seems like I get stuck in any line I'm on behind the woman who is either counting out the entire $500 sale in pennies or has just asked the woman behind the counter if she could explain the fundamentals of quantum physics to her. So anyway, I had my huge bag of fantasy that I was going to buy, and I got there and I'd left my wallet at home, and my iPhone wasn't working, so I couldn't pay with that. So there is a God. Thank you. I just saved $150 of of lipstick that honestly I could get in the dollar store and usually do. So whew, thank you, God. Anyway, so that was my meditation today. I don't know if any of you meditate out there. It's challenging to just sit still and breathe and relax and try not to think about anything for 10 minutes. I have a friend, his name is David Nichtern. He's the greatest teacher of meditation, at least Tibetan Buddhist meditation in the States. And he also wrote the song Midnight at the Oasis. Remember that song? Midnight at the Oasis, put your camel to bed. Well, it's like, David, how much about putting camels to bed do you really know? Don't tell me. Okay, anyway, so he said that the easiest way to meditate, so this is a quick lesson, because it worked for me, and I am so ADD. If ADD was people, I'd be China. So really good way to meditate, just kind of close your eyes halfway, look at something about 6 feet away, like maybe on the floor, or just stare at the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. And what I do is I just say something to myself over and over. Sometimes I'll do the Lord's Prayer, or I'll do like a nursery rhyme or something, but I'll just say something quiet as I breathe in and breathe out that I don't have to think about. And eventually, every time a thought comes up in my mind, I just say sort of hello thought, and then I let it drift away. So try that. Try just, it's not fancy meditation. It's just breathing, which is a good thing to do anyway. And just accepting any thought and letting it drift away like a cloud. Speaking of clouds, we have Felenda in Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. I also love the name Felenda. Hello, my love. Can you give me 1 minute? Because I'm just going to do the psychic weather forecast for the week. Do you mind? Is that good?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, thank you, Felenda. That name is so cool. You have to tell me what the backstory is on it. So I'm just going to draw 3 tarot cards, which are going to sort of foretell the psychic weather for the week, which is just like regular weather, except less damaging to the crops. Okay. The first card I'm getting, very nice, is the Ace of Wands. So it's a good week to begin something, not something huge, but maybe begin a new thing in just your regular day-to-day life. The wands in tarot are about just day-to-day life, just what you do. And when the ace is always the beginning of a cycle, it's always considered good luck to get an ace too. And it's the beginning of a cycle of maybe starting a new exercise routine. And if you do, could you do one for me too? I'll pay you. Or starting a new, like just waking up early, something in your routine that's a little different and adds to your day-to-day life. This is a great time. We just had the beginning of fall. Stay with me, Belinda. Thank you for being so patient. We just started the beginning of fall, and it's a great time to sort of start something new. So something simple. All right. Whee! I love doing that so much. The next thing is the Queen of Wands, which means there might be a woman in your life who is an inspiration. And she might be somebody that is a little, I don't know, glamorous, kind of warm, maybe a little dramatic, but nothing wrong with that. um, and so it's either a woman in your life that is like this, outgoing, warm, kind of inspiring, or it could be a part of yourself that it would be very good luck this week to pay attention to. So if this is a week when kind of accessing your confident kind of Leo self, even if you're not a Leo, we all have a secret Leo self. So accessing that, or paying attention to a woman who inspires you and maybe listening to her this week is really good luck. And the last one, it's so fun. Okay, this is a week when somebody might want to sweet talk you into doing something that they'll enjoy, but might be at your expense. Or somebody might offer you something that maybe is not that good for you, even if it makes you feel really good for 10 minutes. So it's the devil card. It also could be a good week to look at, are you giving somebody in your life a little more power than they deserve? Are you blaming them for something? Or are you giving them credit for the stuff that you're actually doing really well yourself? So it's not like the devil, he's coming for you. And I can say that because my godfather was William Peter Blatty, who wrote The Exorcist. He taught me a lot about this stuff. But it's a week of like looking at where in your life you might be in bondage to something. Not literally, not in a tie-me-up way. Although that's fine if you're into that. But really, who needs it? It's kind of painful and annoying. Anyway, so it's a good week to look at what you might, if you smoke, might be a good week to cut back. Or if there's somebody in your life you're giving too much power to or is not being nice to you, get rid of them. Well, not that way, but just don't have so much to do with them. And it's a week where you're given a lot of strength to overcome whatever this is in your life. Hi, Belinda. Thanks for waiting. How are you? It's great to hear you. Hi.
I'm here. I'm glad I'm on.
I'm glad you're on too. It's so nice to meet you. You have a lovely energy. So tell me what day your birthday. You're welcome. Tell me what day your birthday is.
1977.
Ooh, 1977. That's a good. That's 1965. Oh, so oh God, I love Tauruses. That week of Taurus too. Can I just tell you, like May 10th to May 20th, I have a mom, a fiance, some best friends. It's such a good week because that's the part of it is so good because you guys are reliable without being boring, which we love. And I mean, I won't lie, you can be a little stubborn, but you're also like the best friends anybody could ask for. So, all right, darling, it feels like, you have a lot on your mind. I think one of the first things you want to do is ask about somebody else because that's the kind of person you are. But I'm going to ask you to ask about you. So what would you like me to tell you about? Would you like me to tell you about work, love, candy corn? What?
Work and possibly love.
Okay. Well, work. Hold on 1 second. Do you have 2 jobs or are you doing like 2 jobs for the price of 1?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
I'm single. Yeah. Oh, honey, it feels to me like you're doing everybody else's job and they're only paying you for you. There's also somebody in the office that you're kind of almost covering for, which is very sweet of you. But you are so kind come to New York. I'll buy you coffee. Um, all right. Well, they have what? Go ahead. What? They haven't given you the. They haven't given you the money or kind of the promotion you deserve, which is interesting. And I think partially it's because you're a woman. I think there's another thing that plays into this. Um, I think um, I think you're facing a little sexism, maybe even a little racism of some kind in that office. I'm sorry to say that, but I call them as I see them. So
That's true.
yeah, and that sucks. And I am sorry to say that. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to keep a log of the stuff you do because, and by a log, I mean keep track of the projects you work on, how you spend your time, because you're pretty much the only person in that office who isn't spending half their time on Facebook or texting their ex-wife's fiance's cousin, or, you actually work. And I don't think your employers are totally aware of this because I think the real bosses are not in that office. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you're getting a bunch of sort of semi-bosses who are interested,
Yeah.
and bless them, but they're not interested in other people. They're interested in themselves. So sorry to be, so what they want from you is they want to know that you're actually making them look good, which they know, but they don't want to really tell you they know that. This is so serious, I'm actually going to take my hair down. That's how serious it is. Okay. I think that it's possible you do something that's both there. Now we're serious. Do you do something that's both visual and like administrative? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a nurse. But
Oh,
I also do facilitate group for women on the side.
yes. That's awesome. I think you're great. Um, wow. And you have a real gift for empowering people. Um,
Mm.
by visual, what I meant was I got you looking at a lot of different screens all the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're a very gifted nurse. It feels to me like you got a special gift with geriatric and pediatric patients. I think you're very good with vulnerable people. You're very good with the very old and the very young. Is that true?
Yes, I'm more on the hospice side.
Yeah, that's what I get. And I'm just, because I'm so grateful to you as somebody who has dealt with hospice in my life. And there's nothing that contributes to the healing and health and happiness and well-being of both the patients and the family, like a great hospice nurse. So I just
I
really
was
want to.
thinking of moving. Do you see that as a possibility or a good thing?
Yeah, I do. I think moving a little more out towards the suburbs, if that's something you could do, even if it's for right now, just a townhouse in the suburbs. I think it would be
Mm-hmm.
better for your kids. I think you're somebody who loves nature. If it's in
Yeah.
commuting distance of your job, that's great. I feel like you'll be switching jobs in a good way. They're either going to, in February, well, February just came out, so I guess that's what I meant. In February, you're going to get noticed, but I want you to be a little more proactive about making them notice you and also keeping track maybe of the work, the empowerment and advocacy work you're doing with women in that group. I think you're a
Nice.
terrific person. I really do. So that's coming up. And I think that actually the raise you're going to be getting, you're also going to be getting an unexpected bonus or award right before Christmas or Hanukkah or solstice, whatever you celebrate. So that's nice. And that's going to look good on your resume.
Nice.
Yeah, you've been just taking care of everybody else for so long. You have 2 kids or 3? Sorry, I'm a little.
4.
Oh,
Actually, I
that's
have
right.
4, but I have 3 at home. I have 3 at home, 1 in
Oh,
college.
okay. Sorry, the one in college was like too far for me to say. Um, um,
Yeah, she's
you're doing
different
a
from me.
great. She's lovely. Um, it feels to me like you have 3 girls and a boy, but I'm not sure about that because I'm sort of blonde today, feeling a little blonde.
It's so funny you
You're
said
really.
that. I have 2 of each, but the third child, his hair is long, so people always assume she's a girl.
Okay, that's why I was a little. That's why I was hedging my bets there. Um, oh,
Yeah, he
he's
has
beautiful.
long hair, and
Wow.
people always call him a girl, and it's so funny.
He's got a very pretty face. You've gorgeous kids, man.
And
Also, they're gifted, but the main thing is you've given them, despite everything, a kind of stability and security that's going to serve them for the rest of their life. So Linda,
great.
my hat is off to you. I would move like 20 to 30 miles, maybe north of Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
That's where
that's
I'm
what I
seeing
was
you.
thinking about.
Yes, I'm psychic.
As
Hey,
far as gifted, I mean, can you tell if I am somewhat gifted? Like I'm having different stuff happening, and I don't understand why.
well, I don't know if you're very religious, you're just very spiritual, but you're very tapped into Holy Spirit, spirit. You're very tapped into that. And the more you just go with that and
Hmm.
trust your inner guidance, just check in with yourself or check in with your higher power, ask your angels, but just check in because you have really good intuition. And um, if you get in touch with me, my name on Facebook, my name is Peri, like Periwinkle, Peri.
Okay.
My last name is Lyons, Lyons. Get in touch with me, and I'll send you like a little free book that I wrote about just how to get in touch with that in a very easy way. Okay?
Thank you.
My pleasure. But hang in there. It's because the next 2 weeks are going to be a little rocky, and then suddenly things are going to open up and let me know how you're doing because I just think you're so neat. And thank you
Thank
for
you.
being so great. Okay?
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye, sweetie. Okay, now we have uh, a young lady in Truth and Consequences, New Mexico, which is, first of all, the coolest name for a place ever. I love New Mexico. And my producer flashed your name so fast that I didn't get it. So tell me your name. Welcome to the show. Oh, hi, Cindy. Okay. Either he just told me or I'm
Hi.
psychic. Hey, Cindy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Oh, good. It's nice to have you here. I'm very glad you're here. And you too, everybody today has a really nice energy. The young lady before you had a very healing energy, and you have a very generous energy. I bet you're a really good friend. So tell me what your birthday is, and tell me what your question is, my love.
My birthday is November 30th, 1976.
Ooh, 76. So that 64. So you were born in the year of the dragon, and you're a Sagittarius. You're fiery. So hold on one second. Let me just get you here. You know, it's funny because you appear very calm and very like serene, and people think you have it all together, which you do, but you're very stressed out right now. And you're kind of, it's not like you're at the end of your rope, but you're a little stretched thin. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, what I'd like to do is just ask you to physically take good care of yourself. Get enough sleep because you have a lot of anxiety because you are so invested. Why don't only good people get this kind of stressed up? Bad people are like, everything I do is fine. I'm great. No stress. Really good people tend to get very anxious because they want to do the right thing. They want to do things right. So first thing I'd like to ask you to do, hold on one second, is to drink a lot of water, get a lot of sleep, take a half-hour walk sometime during the day because you're run down. Maybe take some vitamins, like B vitamins. And are you having any pleasure in your life, my love? Or are you just working and stressed and taking care of everybody?
Bingo, pretty much that.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Well, let's come back to that because there's a book I'd like to send you. So if you go to, and it's on me, so it's just about taking care of yourself and finding pleasure and stuff because you're actually somebody who's really fun. You're really fun. But that's gotten a little squished in the last 2 years because you've taken on so much. And I really respect you for that. There's a specific question you have right now. What is it, Maud?
My life.
Well, you've been doing a job that has paid the bills and taken care of everybody, but doesn't necessarily feed your soul, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just pull a couple. There's a lot of stuff going on with you right now, and we have like 5 minutes. So let me just quickly. Yeah, the first card I'm getting says the first thing you need to do is if you can pull back a little for a bit. You're very stressed, and I'd like you to. I mean, I don't see anything physically like scary, but I would like you to go to a doctor if you could, and just get a physical. You know, get some vitamins, and get somebody who'll take care of you. This is a card that also says, if you can say, whoops, if you can say no to a couple of things. This card is about like a night praying and resting between battles. And you've just been battling so much. And it's time for you to rest and take a little time for yourself. Do you work for an institution of some kind, like church, school, something like that?
No.
Okay. No, you're right, you don't. When this card comes up, it says to me that something to do with an institution, marriage, the church, school, is currently important in your life. And this could mean to me, it's interesting, you're a little hard to read because you're very proud and you're very private. And you don't like to burden your friends with your problems. You'll listen to anybody else's problems till the cows come home. And even when the cows come home, you're like, shove aside, bossy. I still got to listen to their problems. So there's been a lot of disturbance around work. And I don't know if you're job hunting or if you're in a job that you're not getting paid enough for. It also feels to me like there's a problem with one of your kids. Is that correct?
That there's what?
I'm sorry, love, what?
I didn't catch that last part.
Oh, sorry. It feels to me also like you're very worried about one of your kids. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to go, because you're very private, I'm not going to go into that. I would find a support group for people who are going through the circumstance you're going through. Remember, we're responsible to our kids, for our kids, up to a certain point. But after a certain age, they're responsible for themselves. And sometimes if we take a step back, it'll invite a little healing. And I think you're very stressed out about that. You know, you have a very strong artistic, creative, sensitive side. Did you used to do crafts or enjoy painting or something creative that's an outlet? Do you do other people's hair or makeup?
I used to write a lot of poetry and crochet blankets, actually.
And what? What was poetry and what?
I used to crochet blankets.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so funny because I just went today to Michael's to get a crochet hook and yarn. So I'm glad whatever happens right before the show is about somebody who's going to call in. I would love you to start writing poetry again, and just, if you can just put aside some time for yourself right now. Your job situation will improve around actually November 19th. That's going to get better. Whether it's a situation that it's just going to get better, okay? The kid thing over the holidays, the other children and the relatives, as long as with this child. They're gentle because this is a sensitive kid. We have 90 seconds. That's going to work. Things are about to get a lot better. Please do me a favor, start crocheting again. Lilac is a great color for you, very healing. Baby blue, pink, yellow. Start crocheting again and take a little time for yourself. Light a candle, say a prayer, have a glass of wine, take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. And we need you. So take care of yourself because, again, after the turn of the year, things are going to be almost miraculously better. So please get in touch with me on Peri Lyons at Facebook, P-E-R-I, like Peri with P. Lyons on Facebook. Send me your address. I'm going to send you like a free, just a little book that'll, I think, help. It's on me. Don't worry. Even the postage. And take care of yourself. You've been taking care of everybody else. And bless you, my dear. And things are going to get a lot better.
You.
Be creative. It's good for you. You. Okay? Just go to Michael's and look at yarn. I know it's hard to find time, but take the half. Yeah, we've only got 30 seconds. So contact me privately or call. Yeah. Contact me privately. I'll answer a question for you. Just right after the show. Just Facebook, Peri Lyons, P-E-R-I-L-Y-O-N-S. You're not alone. I'm not going to leave you dangling. Okay? Contact me. I'll give you some free time. All right, my love?
Okay.
Because there's some other stuff. Yeah, and do it. Okay? Guys, come back next week. I love my cats and kittens. Thank you, Moonstruck TV, the greatest, psychic network. And, well, it's better. It's not psychic network. It's much better. It's a healing force on the planet. We love having you be here with us. Thank you to my producers, Dave Solomon and Constance. We love you. And come back next week. We've got some real cool surprises. Woo, woo. Okay.